Hello, hello. Chagat Unknown here. I'm not late, you're late. Welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead here on the 9th of October 2022 local time, 10:37. Let me turn the volume down on my end a little bit because the moment I start hallucinating or something, it's going to be like screaming and loud and crazy. Here we are, checking on Mack Knapp again. We have all these guns and stuff here, like a lot of stuff here. Speed loaders, guns, mods. No ammo. Magazines. Got a lot of stuff here. I want to take that stuff back, but we're not going to be doing that right now. So, basically, we wore ourselves out a bit, and that's going to be a problem. Because I've got to basically haul this stuff through. Actually, I had an idea. Am I wielding? I'm not. I forgot. I had an idea of using this Molly assault pack. Let me try it real quick. So there was a Molly assault pack in here. Wield. What's the right way to do this? Molly assault pack. And then how much can I grab? I think it's going into that Molly assault pack. Oh, there's maybe a better way to do this, but we'll see if it works out. There's some things that I can't fit in my pockets, so that's fine. Okay, and now we're kind of reaching the limit here. So that's actually better. I mean, we're taking some stuff, so that's a little bit better. But we're gonna have to come back for this. What's going on, Tusk? What are you up to? Here to see if Mack Knapp is okay? See if his left testicle is hanging in there today? If it's hanging in there? Swaying in the breeze. What are you up to today, Tusk? Should be out of the forest soon. Yeah. Oh, there's still a fire here? Is it because I walked too far away and it didn't get a chance to burn out? This is where I started the fire to burn down the webs from the spiders. We can see there's a bunch of corpses up above. These are all spider corpses. Alright, I'm kind of interested in trying something. It's gonna be a terrible, amazing idea. These aphids are fleeing. Aphids kick ass. Kick so much ass. So our vehicle is right down here. So basically, I'm gonna cut through right here. I got a terrible... Oh, I had another idea that I wanted to do. But we will do it next time I'm back in the city over there. This is gonna be a terrible, amazing idea that I mentioned yesterday. And I'm gonna do it. Actually, Tusk, you will appreciate this idea. See, what's going on here is I have to navigate through all this forest every time I want to cross over there. And, well, it kind of sucks, doesn't it? Like, there's a lot of trees and grass and stuff to get through here. And I don't like doing this. It's also slow, right? Because moving through all this stuff makes you slower. If we look at, you know, right around where I'm sitting, where the webcam is at, moving off this long grass is slow. You know, moving onto it is slow. Over and over and over. So that's actually making it take longer to travel. So keep that in mind as well. And it would be nice if we could navigate through this without so many issues, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get to the other side here, which we should be pretty close. Yeah, we're just about to the road. Yeah, I thought I sent that to you, Tusk. about Factorio? I could swear I sent that to you. I don't know. Alright, so we made it to the other side here. And now, for my brilliant idea. Hopefully it doesn't get me hurt. Alright, I lit the tree on fire, and now we're gonna wait and see if it starts spreading. Come on. Come on. That tree is not burning very effectively. Come on, go! Nothing to light? What do you mean? Why is it not spreading? Normally it spreads pretty quickly. Oh, I think I know part of it is because normally I'm doing it on like a spider cobweb, and I think that burns more effectively. I want to see that this starts spreading before I leave, basically. My heat is warm. Small fire and small fire. Okay. Do not step into that bush. No, do not step into that one either. Come on, I like really need this stuff to happen. Are you going to get Factorio? Tusk? I have it on the Steam Deck. I installed it on there and I started playing with it a little bit. There we go, now it's spreading. Remember kids, only you can start forest fires. Alright, let's just let that do its thing. Oh man. Drop that Molly assault pack and let's go. I think it'd be, I mean, it's cool on the Steam Deck. My favorite thing that I've done on the Steam Deck so far, I've played a lot of Demon's Tilt, which is that occult, like, badass metal pinball game. I've played a lot of that. I played a couple other things, a decent amount, but I actually started Morrowind on there. But I kind of stopped because what I want to do is actually set up OpenMW like I used on the playthrough here on the PC. OpenMW does have a Linux build. I want to set that up and do a slightly modded game of Morrowind and just have it on the Steam Deck. Now, technically you can do that, you can do like portable Morrowind already because OpenMW does have an Android fork. However, I don't like playing games like that on a phone. Like, the Steam Deck is a controller. Like, it's a much better way to play a game like that, in my opinion. I can't play games with just like pure touchscreen. Unless they're really simple games, you know. Like, I played a lot of Sudoku on my phone before. I was like, yeah, I mean, that's fine. Okay, so what we've done now is we've transported some of this stuff here. Oh yeah, I forgot we took the jackhammer. That reminds me, I wanted to check something. Let me just search real quick. I want to know if you can open the safe with the jackhammer. Well, there's a thing about safe cracking. It's actually faster to crack them using the stethoscope now. Used to be faster in game to just hold the button to try random combinations. Brute force is now way longer than it used to be. Okay. This was 2 years ago where they reworked the brute force time. Okay. You used to apparently be able to put multiple combinations per second back in the day. It was okay. Now someone says it was and still. This is still 2 years ago though. It was and still is 10 seconds per entry. The thing oh, this was the person who actually did it. Okay. The thing I changed was the estimate of how likely a random entry is to unlock the safe. Two things. One, I was assuming most safes would allow entering adjacent numbers, i.e. if the target number is 10, 9, 11 would also work. If the target is 10, 9, and 11 would also work. I found some reputable sources indicating that it's common for safes to accept two adjacent numbers, so also 8 and 12. So apparently that's realistic. Weird. I'm not familiar with that. I would say I'm reasonably skilled at lockpicking. In real life, I do have a lockpicking set, like a pretty nice lockpicking kit. But that's not, like, the same thing. That's not cracking safes. And these are combo locks we're talking about, not key locks. On the other hand, I was reminded that there are dozens of ways to enter a combination, so if you're randomly guessing, you also have to guess the correct entry method, including whether it's a left or right-handed safe. Adding these together, we end up with a 1 in 80,000 chance of opening the safe with each guess. At 10 seconds per guess, this ends up at about 200 hours on average to open a safe this way. I'd be interested in having some of these things parameterized, so if you know the dialing procedure for the safe, it's 10 times faster, but safes can be stronger by specifying less entry slop, approximately 2.5 or 5 times slower, or extra dials, 20 to 100 times slower per dial. Interesting. This person says, I hate that, but that's also kind of why I like it so much. Thank you, Kevin. Great researching skills. Okay, so yeah, better method, drop a rock and pull the safe over it. The loot will fall, but you're going to lose the rock too. Then it's not worth doing. Rocks are my only friends. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if this bug still works. What's going on, Omnivore? So let me take a look at a couple other things. Oh, this is really recent. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, that is possible. Cool, so we'll do that next time. Confirmed that it does work. So, with that in mind, let's move this stuff out of here. That erotic novel, though, that's what I've been waiting for. I can't believe I haven't found one until now. This is the first one I've found in the game. Oh yeah, I left the jackhammer, not the Molly Assault Pack. Let's get the Molly Assault Pack. Where is it? No, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Ah, let's see. Yeah, so it doesn't fit in the pocket. draw from it? No, I just want to wield it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now... what I want to do is get all the stuff that's inside of it. Is there an easy way to do that? Is there an easy way to empty it? Organize contents. Examine contents. Okay. That's not doing anything when I hit I. We do like multi-drop on this stuff, but it's gonna take a minute. We don't want any of the magazines. Actually, we want that one. You know, keep both of the M1911s. Keep the USP. And... what else do I have on me? What's going on, Nuke? I need the... no, that's good. Okay, yeah, we could drop like everything else. That'll be good for now. And I think there's a few things over here I just... yeah, I forgot I was carrying that. Some various food. Well, not much has happened yet, but it's going. Going okay, I guess. Not much has happened today. There's the codeine, yeah. Lots of stuff here. I know I can do the whole category, but I like kind of taking a look at everything. I like to know what I'm like, I mean, I guess you could look through the category first, but this feels better for me. Ammo pouches and stuff. Okay. I don't think I'm using any of those. No, that doesn't, like, I would like to probably use them, but not yet. Alrighty. We'll sort this. Go. That's my old combat knife, my trusty combat knife that got me through so much. But I got a new one. Now, something I haven't done in a bit is actually cook food. We got a lot of bad food now. Oh yeah, fried spam. Weak mixed alcohol? Weird. I guess do you use less alcohol than a strong? So that uses one. Oh, you're mixing beer and stuff. Pine wine. Yeah, a lot of beer, stouts and IPA and stuff like that. And then this is your actual liquor. Cool. You know, I guess I'll go back for that deluxe oatmeal. Good stuff. And we'll use the forest honey. I always go for that. I like always go for that one. Because honey kicks ass. We're not done yet. We gotta make more. We gotta eat more. What is my calories at for the day? Only 4,000 something? No, we need to be overweight. So what better way to get some calories in us than to make a deluxe milkshake with chocolate candy? Oh my god. 21 days, nice. Jalapeno Mexican was like mouthwash. Ugh. What do you mean a meme number? 9 plus 10 isn't a meme number. 21, right? Pour into a container. both 21, nice. What are we gonna pour it into? Let's pour it into a glass bottle. Wait, why is it melted? Whatever. Where did it go? What? Apparently I pour it into a glass bottle and I have no idea where it's at now. Am I... What? Where the hell did it go? In here? There it is. Drink the shit out of that. Get those calories. Oh, get more. Eat a cookie. Eat the candy. Pepper jack beef entree. I think it needs to be cooked. We'll do that later, I guess. I've had a lot of calories there. Could use a multivitamin. Or two. And we're still normal. We'll see what we look like tomorrow, I guess. But that gets that taken care of. I mean, I could still eat more. Let's go ahead and eat something else. Let's eat some pudding. It's a bunch of calories. Turgid. Nice. Engorged. And what time is it? It's not terribly late, but I guess that means I'll do a little bit of reading. Whoops. I need to remember you can do that to reload much more easily. I always forget about that. Am I carrying those speed loaders on me? Yeah. Okay, what do we have? Let's just skim these things. Vacuum sealer instructions. Uniform boy. Tactical handgun. Satire. Patient treatment records. Mystery novel. Friendly, humane fashion. First responder handbook. Erotic novel. Children's book. And Arduino experiments. I just think Arduinos sound interesting, but it's so far out of like anything my brain can comprehend, like Arduinos and like Raspberry Pis. When people start doing like physical stuff with computers, like I put little like wheels and stuff on it, and I'm like, my brain just doesn't know how to process that. Start plugging things into pins like GPIOs and all. I'm like, all right, whatever, you have fun with that. I don't know how to go from like code into something like a little robot or something. Like, I mean, if you just give me a pre-built robot, I could write code that instructs it, but actually building the robot myself, I don't even know how to start something like that. I still have stuff in the Molly assault pack as well. Oh, right, I want to check the log. So, patient treatment records. I can get a purifier, okay. Vacuum sealer. So it's not so much the interfacing with devices, it's the building. Like, I don't understand how someone just takes like an Arduino or a Raspberry Pi and says, I'm gonna put wheels and sensors on it and stuff and make a thing. I'm like, I don't know how you even, like, my brain doesn't do that, right? My brain doesn't know how to build something like that. So tactical handgun helps me make a clip, speed loader stuff. I got some more gun stuff that I just skimmed, right? No, not really. Arduino can bring my electronics knowledge to 4. And then I can make turret stuff with it. That's cool. Alright, let's drop the books and stuff. Manuals and books, right? Okay. Now, actually, I didn't actually. No, I didn't actually read anything really. I just skimmed. So it'd probably be nice to read something for a bit. I'll do the Arduino experiments. Get a little bit more electronics knowledge. What time is it? Okay. Yes, stop reading. The caffeine wore off, that's good. I'm okay with that. Just wanted to kill some time there. And let's sleep. It's been a while since... I didn't sleep once yesterday because it was literally all just clearing our way to that gun store and getting in there. Yes, and save game before sleeping. What time is it? So it's 20... So 9 hours would be okay. If I get to sleep right away. I wish you could set a more specific alarm. Maybe you can. Maybe if you go to your phone and say set one for a specific time, because I do have a cell phone with an alarm. I'll just say don't set one. Because I would have actually made one a little bit longer. I need to eat more calorie-dense food after eating like 6,000-ish calories. Okay, you know, we're good. That's a pretty good rest. Waking up at 6:30, not that bad, is it? All right, how do I do this thing? Let's use the oven. What was was it pepper something? Pepper jack? Search for pepper. No, I don't want to. I don't want to heat up the black pepper. Where was it? Was it down here? Pepper jack beef entree. So what if I go from here? Yeah, let's heat that up. Pepper jack beef entree, fresh and hot. It's not actually worth very much. The reason I wanted to eat that, however, was just to hold on. Is it down? Was it down here? I don't know. Need to find out. Hold on. Can I scroll this? No, there's nothing set to scroll it. Well, actually, it says I can do this, but it doesn't. Yeah. Whatever. I'll worry about it later. I lost what I was gonna say. But yeah, I feel like it might have been down here, which is why I couldn't see it. Which would mean I need to find a better... I need to change the zone to put it in a better spot, perhaps. But I think that's just containers. So if for some reason it didn't put the food there, it's whatever. Let's make something else. Again, let's go pretty heavy on the calories this morning. Mashed pumpkin. That's not really going to be a lot of calories, though. Let's do the oatmeal. Again, let's pick high-calorie stuff. Let's get the honey. Let's get some water. Actually, that's not very high-calorie. Whatever pesto is. Past midlife. We'll eat it. A lot of calories. Alrighty. We're good for now. So what I want to do is... I'm still wielding this Molly assault pack. And what's actually in the damn thing? Arduino experiments and the holsters. 2 holsters and Arduino experiments. Oops. Drop that. And holster. 2 holsters and the fast draw. Those are the ones I'm not actually wearing. I'm gonna catch you in a minute, Omnivore. Godspeed. And let's see what kind of chaos may or may not have happened while I was away. Put the Molly assault pack up, and we're gonna head back down there where... Whoops. Wait. What? Oh. 6? Like, just hitting 6 instead of the carrot? It actually opened the door, and I just learned that you can hit 6, like, not the numpad, but just regular old 6 to move. I guess other numbers might work as well. Ooh, I'm better at vehicles. Theoretical skill in vehicles is increased to 5, and practical. Not sure how much that really makes a difference. I mean, it's supposed to make you handle better, but I don't know. Maybe someone that's played a lot more would be like, it matters, it makes a huge difference. If you're trying to drive through a town, maybe on a bike or something, I could see. If you're driving on an empty road like this, I don't really see why it matters much. And we're about to start braking. I'm watching the mini-map that you can't really see because it's behind me, but I'm watching the mini-map, and the moment I see... This is actually about where I want to stop. So you see this splotch on the road? This is from where I busted some soy sauce. We take a look at it. Soy sauce dirty. Yeah, no shit. Now, what happened down here? I'm a little afraid I'm gonna get myself hurt. There's the SWAT zombie. Oh, nope. It just... I think the simulation stopped when I got too far away, which sucks. This is what I was like, I don't want to get hurt by getting caught in the fire here. Oh no, I'm angry. Mack Knapp gets angry. I don't know why. Okay, we need to take something with us. We need to get going. Wield a jackhammer. It's going to be another slightly long day. Well, actually, I think... No, it's going to pass quickly as I'm getting these items. But it's going to be what happens... Maybe what happens later that can take a while. But it kind of depends on what I find here, I guess. Why is there a casing here? Wield jackhammer. See, I had this idea yesterday, and just a few minutes ago, right around the time Omnivore showed up, I was searching around on the internets, and I found someone confirming that I can do the thing that I'm about to try to do. At least, you know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, I guess. That would suck, but we're gonna try it. I mentioned it multiple times yesterday, though. We're gonna try it, and nothing you say will stop me. It would be too spoilery at this point if someone was like, no, it really won't work, because I looked it up, I got an answer, so I'm gonna go with it. Spoiled enough on my own. There was a glitch that was mentioned, though, but it was 2 years ago. I could try it, but we're just gonna go with this. This was the original idea that I had, actually. Alright, so we basically want to go down from here. We're gonna get back to the gun shop. One more time, maybe. Oh, there's two things I want to do. Almost forgot. And one of them is right by the gun shop, so it's not gonna add any extra effort. How close am I? Yeah, I was like, I'm not seeing some of the... Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not seeing some of the... Oh, crap. Hitting the wrong buttons here. Alright, you already see me. I wonder if that zombie is one that I didn't pulp. I think it probably is. Jackhammer. Wield the pipe mace. Where you at? It looked like he did see me. But now he's gone. Which is concerning, yeah. Ooh, there's where all those spiders were coming from earlier. You know what time it is, right? I don't know where the zombie went, but I know where these spider webs are. It spreads very quickly on the webs. And also everything there is going to be destroyed now. Gonna move this a little more down. Just keep it, you know, it's gonna be less likely to burn down here. Spotted zombie. Ah! There you are, buddy. No pants for me, huh? Walking around in boxers and apparently no pants. Like nothing on their legs at all, other than the boxers. Another Molly assault pack. Ooh, a combat knife. I like the combat knife. Drop it. Zombie. Oh. Did you just wake up? I think they did. I might have missed pulping them because they might have been covered up by the grass where I wasn't seeing that there was a dead dude there and it didn't have the little icon. Guess it's been like just long enough for some of them to start waking up. Probably pretty safe though. I've probably killed most of them. Oh, what I was gonna do before I got caught there by that zombie runner was go back over this way and check on the status of the spider webs. I like it. A little terraforming. That's all. That's what we can call it, right? I started to shake. That's terrible. Okay, where's my goods? Right here. Let's unwield the pipe mace, store it in our inventory. Let's wield the jackhammer. And let's take it over here to the gun store. We're gonna do a couple things here. One of them might be a little more dangerous than the other. Oh! Right, I never pulped them. A machete in a campsite, nice. I never pulped them because they were in a dangerous place, essentially. And they are waking up. Yeah, that one just woke up. Wield. Pipe mace. Okay, one of them's onto me already, cool. Super, super weak. Zombie Child's the best in terms of health. There's a wasp guard. That's what I was a little more concerned about, is the wasp. Zombie dog. Yeah, see, all this down here never got pulped because there was that wasp flying around, and I think even after I killed it, I just forgot to deal with the corpses. They're all like bum rushing, but again, they're all like pretty much... Oh, Wasp Guard is already fighting. Cool, they're helping. Not gonna use guns on this, even though it's a bit of a small horde. Again, they're all pretty much dead. Like, Zombie Dog has, like, basically no health. Severely injured. If I can get him in... Stop safe moding on me. Wait, is a tough zombie almost... He's moderate. I'm also low on ammo, so, you know, using guns doesn't seem like the best idea. Come on, let's go. I forgot about that Batwing zombie. We saw that yesterday. Maybe this helps things out a little bit. Did they kill the wasp? They did. I kind of like that. Cool. A nearby corpse rises and moves towards you. I like that. Ooh, that's a lot of corpses, though. I want to, like, attract some of these. I'm noticing that it says I could press joy 29. I think it's because, Hey, what's up with that? Thanks for that follow, Keo. I think it's because I actually have my controller on for I was playing Code Vein yesterday. I've never noticed that before. It's cool, it just picked it up dynamically. So many really weak zombies over here. I want to take care of them while I can. Okay, I've got like so many of them on me. Okay, could be a problem. What's the move cost on this? Impassable. So that sucks. I could lead them inside over the counter, probably. That might be a good option. I know, we got zombies coming. It's okay. Because now they should basically have no reasonable path around the counter. That was actually the one with the most health. The Guru Granth Sahib. The military rucksack. Now, I don't know if my shirt got more screwed up, because it was pretty bad. It was like really bad. To the point where I need to find something better. What happened? My boxers are cut. Okay. I'm slightly bleeding. Spotted 2 Zambonis. Can you move onto that? No, you can't. Okay. Come on. Not even gonna abuse move cost. Go. Ooh, a vibrator. Let's take it. Put some hemostatic powder. Oh, it just literally stopped bleeding. Okay. Another zombie, let's go. Severely injured, so I'm just gonna take it out here. I'm fast enough to get away with that. Who else wants to play? There's a zombie dog over there. Wasn't there a zombie child a moment ago? What is this place? Oh, it's like the public garden, isn't it? We have here a pitchfork. Little greenhouse, huh? That's cool. Ooh, bee balm. Chamomile, thyme, mugwort. I don't know what that is. I think this is where the, what was the guy called? The Devourer or something? I don't remember. The guy that was healing. Okay. Maybe we're fine. Actually, I want to do the thing. Oh, there's the almost dead zombie child. It walked that way. Oh, we'll worry about it later. Alright, so one of the things I wanted to do is this. YOLO. If that spreads, which I hope it does. It is a brick house. Ow. No, it is a brick house, so I don't know if it'll burn as effectively as I would like. But I had to. Piss off the wasps, right? The squirrel ate a mouse. Maybe that's what happened. Alright, I guess we're just gonna let that do its thing. Start a couple of those and see what happens. Seems like a fun thing to do. Nothing to light there. Okay, but what about like here? Fire! Burn everything. There could be something really good in that. I briefly looked in there. I didn't see anything I cared that much about. Once I realized it was the home of a wasp thing, I was like, yeah, let's get out of there. See if it spreads or not. I'm not sure. Might need to coax it a bit more. Rip that butter knife. Wait here and watch it a couple minutes and see what happens. Well, if it starts going, like, if these fires start, like, building up in intensity, it'll probably do its job fairly well. Oh, yep, there we go. I was about to say. I saw that one go large, I was like, yep, that's it. Oh no. From the east you hear smash. Oh no, this is gonna attract zombies, isn't it? Didn't think about that. From the east and above you hear crash. Dude, this place is wrecked. But I think about those wasps though. Alright, let's see what happens here. Stop wielding pipe mace. And let's do this. Activate jackhammer. I can't. If only I had something to pick the lock with. Damn it. They either removed the functionality that was like 6 years ago where people were talking about doing that. They either remove the functionality or I need to find another way to do it. How would I do that? Look, I'm trying to break open the safe. I'd say, just a combination safe. Right? Gun safe. Am I missing something? Yeah, I mean, there's nothing special here. It's like literally use a jackhammer, blows up the safe, but the loot stays intact, I think. Much easier to find or craft a jackhammer. There's an electric version than a stethoscope. Bit noisy, but works fast compared to a home wrecker or a sledgehammer and can help you escape in if you get trapped. I mean, do I have anything else to open with it? No, I know stethoscopes. I mean, the point is I don't have one, though. I can make one. Makeshift. I don't know if I have rubber hose or not. Maybe I do. I didn't know you could make one. Never considered that you could make one. Why can't I smash it with the jackhammer though? I don't get it. People were talking about it as if you could do it. I don't seem to be able to do it. That's pretty disappointing. Like, I would rather smash it with a jackhammer than get a stethoscope. Now I have to go all the way back, which also sucks. Go. Thermos, nice. Unless I just don't know how to do it in terms of like the user interface. But I would think you'd drill it just like the wall. Okay, we have a hostile zombie and zombie child there. Zombie actually is relatively healed up. Come on. Break in, jackass. My limb breaks. I don't believe that. Get some cough syrup, if I ever need that. Is that tough zombie? Yeah, he's on the way. That sucks. There's a lot. I think they're showing up because of the... I think they're showing up because of the place burning. I think it's attracted them. No! Oh, my shirt finally died. There weren't that many things in it, to be honest. Not as bad as I was thinking it was going to be. I think that fire is going a little crazy over there. How's this zombie? Slightly injured. Oh yeah, that house is not gonna be standing. Okay. It's already pretty screwed up. It's cool with me. Saw a random fat zombie. What do we have? Another lighter. Sure, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take the condom. Never know when you're gonna need it. A gentleman's balloon. A single-use life preventer. A thumbless latex mitten. This could be used as a makeshift water container, but otherwise it's anyone's guess what it's for. Gentleman's balloon. Where was that fat zombie? Oh, an error has occurred. Continue the game. Oh, there's so many things that need to be pulped down there. There are quite a few things that need to be pulped. I'd like to try to go for that because it'll set me up for later. I blocked with the pipe mace. Cool. Alright, he dies. Yeah, that place is just trashing right now. Just that place is done. Leather wallet, what do we have? Take the cash card. Gas discount card. Ooh wee, that place is ruined. It's not done yet. What's in here? Bruised, burnt corpse of a fat zombie. So we're actually getting kills in there. But I noticed the thing on it, it still needs to be pulped apparently. Burning it that much. Burning it isn't enough yet. There's some interesting stuff there that's gonna be killed. Again, I'm okay with it. I don't know what killed these. It must have been some of the wasps. They're fresh, so I think they'll stay down for a bit. Fresh. I assume that's what it means. Okay, can I get down there and smash some zombie corpses? Oh, this place actually had like a garage and stuff. Kind of sucks that I burned it now. A chemistry textbook. That's cool. Alright, fat zombie on the way. Come on, buddy. Alright, he dies. Zombie child. Where? Way over there, okay. You're not onto me yet, though. Detergent, not very exciting. Where's the bat wing? Is it close? It's way over there. Alright. We gotta check this. Rubber cement. Kevlar shears. Heavy duty shears with the blade suitable for cutting particularly tough materials. I like that. From polyaramid fabrics to tough plastics and thin metals, the blades feature a flat shearing edge and a fine serration. I'll take the rope, a wrench, rubber cement, a tin of adhesive typically used to glue rubber. It forms a less rigid bond than typical superglue, making it ideal for projects requiring flexibility. Typically smelly and toxic. Can I take all that? Yeah, I'll take the flashlight too if I can. What do we have up here? A jumper cable, that's cool. Propane lantern, charcoal. I want the rubber boots. They'll be good for electricity stuff. Often used while cleaning with caustic materials. It goes meh. Apparently some functionality that I wanted to do was removed. That's my best guess. I need to get away from this zombie child. Actually, we'll wait to hear. Okay. Well, I talked about doing it yesterday, and I looked up, and people were basically confirming that you could jackhammer open safes, and I wanted to do that, and it wouldn't let me. I couldn't find out how to do it. Oh, they are coming this way. All right, that sucks. What killed all of these? Is it from the wasps? There's a bunch of dudes here. Yeah, I really wanted to jackhammer open that safe. No, I did both of those. Yeah. It says you can't drill there. Or it says, like, this safe is locked. If only there were a way. I didn't know you could actually make a makeshift stethoscope, but I would honestly rather have just broke the thing open. Yeah, there's people 6 years ago, that's what I was saying, they might have taken the feature away. There's people 6 years ago on Reddit saying that you could do it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Alright, let's use the USP for a minute. Oh, I can't store because I picked up all that other crap. Alright, well, what... Oh, that's fine. We'll just drop the pipe mace. I'll pick it up when I need it. I got a combat knife as backup if I do get forced into melee. There's so many things. Oh no. That's actually bad. That's the ranged one, right? Oh, it's minimal threat. Very pale dead body with the worst case of static hair you've ever seen. No, it's not Zapper. What's the other one called? Shocker or something? Yeah, this is the one that says minimal, so it's not as bad. I've actually killed some of these, pretty sure. Yeah, it is Shocker. Okay. I saw one somewhere. I don't remember where, but I saw one. Oh, no, I think it was hallucination. That's what it was. Alright. Oh, yeah, it's the building collapsing, because it did it a minute ago, but I didn't actually read what happened. Yeah. The building collapsing is not making the game happy right now. We're not gonna go after that one again. Damn. That's unfortunate. Like I said, I saw a shocker in the hallucination one time, and I was like, I don't want to deal with it. I know it's not real, but something to not deal with. Alright, we'll just do this last shot. Heavy arterial bleeding. Let's go. This building. Where furniture is F rubble, terrain is open air. Yeah, definitely fire related. Where did this one die? Where's the corpse? No. Best of luck, I guess. Where did that one go? Oh, there they are. They were out of view. A joint. You survive? Ow is not promising per se, but it doesn't mean you died. It's in the wallet. Cash card. Another multi-tool. Hello Kitty waterproof smart case. Or smartphone case. There's the stuff I want to haul. building is still crumbling and breaking the game. Oh my god. It's getting worse as the fire has gotten larger. Alright, we'll reload USP with one of these magazines. We'll unwield it, store it in a holster. And I'll go get my pipe mace. I gotta like run in there and get it. Oh, you got flanked. That's fun. Is the grabber, I don't know what happened to the grabber, but the fat is on the way. The grabber's hanging out in there, that's fine with me. Because I can take one at a time. Yeah, the destruction's getting a bit wild right now. I thought it'd be fun, and also it's where the wasps were hanging out, so I was like, let's just burn it! Burn them! Oh, there's a thing I didn't pulp over there. Little bit spoilery, Omnivore. Like, I mean, I don't like the sound of a grabber, but I don't really want to know it's, like, super dangerous like that. I like to base it on whatever the game says. Come on, stop that. 'Cause I think I may have fought some. It didn't give me too much trouble, but I don't know, I kind of like to make that determination on my own. And we're dragging a couple more through there. You know what, at this point, I'm gonna get the USP back out. See, I didn't know there was a suffocation mechanic, though. Oh, you're not seeing all these pop up. I think sometimes you're not seeing them pop up. They've been popping up a lot. Let's wield the weapon here. Yeah, like right now there is an error message. But if I hit a button, now you see it. I could ignore it, but I'll let it happen, I don't care.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to play? Okay, we have one here. I really want to get back to that garage, but I don't know how likely that's going to be at this point. There was stuff in there that I wanted. I didn't get to haul it out. Okay, I might end up ignoring that one. Because it's getting pretty old. As part of the reason I'm using the gun here is to clear these out a little quicker. To try to get that stuff out of that garage, but it's not looking likely. Oh, they're coming out of there. They are just really coming out of there. Yeah, what I'm seeing is we got hot air and smoke in that garage already. Yeah. Gonna be a pain. Oh, you're on the way. Who else wants to play? They just went like through the garage, now they're gone. brainless. In the house. What a dumbass. You're gonna bleed out. I already know it. You're only regular bleeding, though. It wore down a bit. Still bleeding. You're almost dead. Come on, let's go. It's like, I don't want to bash you with my gun, and I don't want to go through the like management of like putting my gun away and stuff. Still hanging out in there. Okay, I've pulled some of them out. Some of them are pretty injured. All right, we're going to ignore this setting terrain, open air where furniture is rubble. We're gonna ignore that. Tired of it now. We got 4 zombies at least. Don't have that much ammo either. Heavy arterial bleeding and smoke. That's amazing. Big smoke shows up. Come on. Dude, you're heavy arterial. Just die. Alright, another heavy arterial. Yeah, he's done. He was quick to go. Now we're terribly low on ammo. I hate it. Just walks into the bush and dies. Bush. Another joint. Umbrella's interesting. Stop you from being sad when it rains, yeah? Oh, he's just right up in there. Wow. Yeah, he's not gonna have a good day, is he? We're going to take this magazine here. I'm gonna unload it. And I'm gonna reload my gun with that one extra bullet I've got sitting there. Shuffle that around a tiny bit. I have 3 zombies. They're inside. They don't see me, they'll just end up burning alive, probably. But I also really want to go for the goods in there. I say burning alive, I guess they're burning dead. I saw one died. This grabber's been hanging out in like the garage. We had a zombie in the garage that just saw me. Where's the crawler? Inside? You're gonna have a bad time in there, buddy. Alright, where's that grabber? Okay, he's onto me. He's inside. One shot. He's done. Let him bleed out. Did the grabber die? We got a tough that is like right there on the fire, basically. Yeah, the tough is on fire. So I don't know if he's gonna make it very far. He dies. Okay. We're indirectly killing so many. Alright, grabber. What is your deal? Either fight me or don't. Yeah, see, they say mildly dangerous. Mindlessly groping at their surroundings. Get up here so I don't pull too many things. Alright, we do have to reload. As Ellis would say in Left 4 Dead, I'm a reload. Right, he's only minor bleeding, so we'll probably have to do a proper fight here. Not gonna wait for him to bleed out. What do we have? Another lighter, I'll take that, those are fun. Some low-grade methamphetamine. Profoundly addictive and powerful stimulant while extremely effective at enhancing alertness. It is hazardous to health, and the risk of an adverse reaction is great. Cool! Sounds like a good Friday night. Remember, kids, drugs are bad, okay? And, marijuana's bad, okay? Thorny Shambler. Oh no. You're tracking me, but you're not doing anything yet. Shambling. I don't like the sound of that. Mildly dangerous, though. Could be worse. And it's much slower. Shambling undead humanoid, its body overgrown with a tangled mass of otherworldly vegetation, hunched over and dragging its feet as it moves. The bramble, utterly enveloping its upper half, twitches and moves with a life of its own, tendrils tipped with a paralytic sting. In fight, it can paralyze. Mildly dangerous, but in fight it can paralyze, terrifies me. That feels a bit off. Because I can imagine just being stun-locked, basically. Okay, well... there's stuff that I want before this all collapses. Unless I dragged it out and forgot, because I'm trying to figure out where it would even be. Heard crunch. Start pulping these things, get out of here. Any clothes that I want? I don't know. There were a bunch of zombies over here earlier. Got a tough zombie. He's not yet seen me, but he's closer than I would like. Oh, we're right next to that cemetery. That's the perfect place to be, right? Yeah, look how many dudes there are that are dead here. What? This has to be the wasps, right? What else would have caused that much damage? I mean, it could be a lot of things, I guess, but the wasps were going around aggressively attacking zombies. We saw it in this area. Okay, so that cleans up a little bit. Wait, wait, is that the same gas station? No, yeah, there's another one. Okay, so we have two gas stations right here. That's good. Potentially good for getting, oh, he's on the way. Son of a bitch. Okay, can I run him up this way? Where's he at? I want to try to lead him into the fire because he's stupid. I'm hurting, I guess, because of the nearby fire. But he's gonna walk through the fire if I do this right. Yeah, do it. Okay, he's not burning. Yes, do it. Yes, he's on fire. Now we need to get away from that. We're hurting, we're not having a good time over there. Good God, this place is just wrecked. I love it. Fire kicks ass. Indeed, it is a lot of fire. I'm thinking, whoops, just about any chance that I had to, almost any chance I had that I want to get stuff out of that garage is gone at this point. They actually walked over the fire, but they're not on fire, unfortunately. They grab me and bite me. That sucked. Ooh, more meth. Looks like we found the fun part of town. Knapp gets angry. Okay. It's risky. What if it collapses on me? Is there anything there other than the boots? No, that's all. I must have dragged some of the other stuff and forgot. Let's get the boots, in case I need them. Alrighty. We made it. And now, we watch the Wasp's former home collapse. Pass some time, relax. Spotted a zombie. Oh, it's actually mad at me. Okay, come on. If I can, I'll lure him and a runner. Oh no, not a runner. The thorny shambler. You're actually hostile. That's the same one from earlier, but now you're hostile. You're not just tracking me. Wonder what changed its mind. I would like to see that thing go through the fire, if it's gonna come this way. Fat zombie way down there. Okay. Something died, I think. Yeah, I think that one just ran through the fire. Perfect. I got what I wanted out of it. Using this building, this burning building, as a means of attack is interesting. Like that fat zombie has seen me. And he's probably going to attract people this way by smashing the vehicle. shit. Cunning Feral. Held the button, and then they got really close. They gave up? Or am I hallucinating? I'm hallucinating. They might have still been real, but the way they popped in was odd. You now know that you're a secret agent kept alive to continue serving the government. Alrighty. We'll take a quick bathroom break, get another water, because this invisible can of water... Oh, you can see the map. This can of water is empty. I'll be right back in a couple minutes. And before I do another... Oh no, because I think the game's not going to capture until I close this menu.
Oh no!
See, yep, black screen, but when I close it, does it capture? Yeah, okay, good. That was like the false oh no yesterday. So, is that Cunning Feral real? Maybe. They're just too stupid to follow me around the corner. Okay. You're real. We gotta throw down. Heavy arterial, don't care, shoot again. Now run. Turns out they were real. Get that spear. Forked spear. Uh-oh, hold on, what is this? Right now, I may have attracted more. I probably did. I'd probably bet my left dick on it that I attracted more. Ooh, survival's increased to 2. Now, the reason I say that is because I haven't fired my gun this far south before. So it's very likely that I did just attract some this way. Oh, I'm still... Oops. Crap. Stamina sound effect is really helpful, though. Like, exceedingly helpful. Where did that thorny dude go? That one was making me uncomfortable. Alright, we had a... Yeah, we had the fat zombie that was stuck in there. Couldn't figure out how to get over here. Gasoline-based lighter. That's weird. He's having a really hard time breaking out of that. I expect to see more zombies. He hasn't attracted anyone yet, which I find odd. Alright, which one's a zombie? This one? He's just slamming into it. Oh, that brain. Oh, yeah, but he's brainless, so he's not gonna see me anytime soon. Tortilla chips? Bro. What kind of food? A Geiger counter. That's cool. Bat zombie's still just going buck wild over there. Tough zombie. Coming after me. Just keep walking. I'm gonna zoom out and keep an eye on the tough zombie. You gonna get caught up on that gate? Yeah. I want to make sure he can follow me. I want to try and lead him to the burning building. Alright, what's happening? Okay, these guys want to come play. Hey, that's okay. We'll work with them. It's just from a house, but, you know, we'll work with them. I just realized this is a subway station. We can go in there and use vending machines, most likely. Unless they've been pecked clean already. Alright, we got a big ol'... Well, we got a little bit of a horde following now. What happened to the tough? There he is. The hippie van's headlight is destroyed. Yeah, we're gonna have a problem. Why is that one going so fast? Come on. Bite wound feels deep. No. My crowbar loves falling. Okay, we're kind of screwed up now. Let's take care of this. I don't have any antiseptic or alcohol, but I've got some bandages. Bat zombie just left, I guess. Okay. Come up this way. Take some antibiotics. Use another bandage. Crap, I didn't realize they were getting that close. What are these? Blackberry bush. That's bad. I painted myself into a corner here. But I can lure them through it. No! Not again! Not again! My pants broke. I knew they were damaged. I've been occasionally checking bodies and like thinking about like, are there more pants there? But they're always bad fits. At least when I'm thinking about it. It's all good. No big deal. We'll work with it. We'll work with it. Yeah, we need the antiseptic though. I'm probably gonna have to head back pretty quick. We'll leave that one on its own. Antiseptic or like alcohol helps. Like anything helps, but I think I have antiseptic. For some reason I forgot to take it with me before, which is annoying. So yeah, they don't have any pants for me, do they? No. I did leave some army pants back at the place, so actually that's not going to be too bad. We just gotta get back there. Mack Knapp gets angry. Oh wait, why am I nervous about a brainless? Zombie and fat zombie, on the other hand, could be more threatening. Probably not, but, you know. Oh my god. What's good is I got a lot of pulping and stuff done here. So there were a bunch of things that were killed by the wasps, and I managed to take them out. And if I can fucking go... almost far enough away, it will probably stop hearing that. Or not. A pickaxe, nice. There was a dump not too far from somewhere I already cleared that I wanted to check out. Oh my god, let me move. I'm not turning the fucking thing off, but like, geez, let me go more than one square. It's gotten better. A wasp nest. Just burn it like I do. Just light it on fire. Let's take a look over here. place is pretty ruined. What is this here? Scrap copper. Cool. Yeah, there's not much left to do here. What is this body? Scorched zombie, what? Yeah, whatever. Hey, no, see, it's on the fireplace. That's all I was trying to do. We lit the fireplace, right? I'd say that was successful for the most part. There's still some dudes that'll be able to get up, but I don't really want to go over there now, especially with broken pants round 2. Where's my stuff? Oh yeah, no, I'm in the wrong spot. My bad. So there was a zombie soldier over this way. I wonder if he has some stuff that I can wear. There's a SWAT guy, right? Zombie cop. He has some pants, but those aren't... I don't want those. I'm looking more for, if I can find the soldier. Look around. Oh. I almost missed these. Oh, you said pickaxe. My brain turned it into another kind of axe. Yeah, pickaxe to you can get through like dig. Yeah, okay. My brain turned it into the fire axe. That's what I was trying to think of. Here's the guy I'm looking for. A zombie soldier. Everything's a poor fit. Army pants. The combat shirt is not. That's what I want. Combat shirt. It's broken, or it's like in bad condition. However, my shirt tore earlier. So I'm gonna put that new one on. Okay, now we're gonna go check one thing first. Whatever happened to this fire? It's still burning. I think we got too far away for the simulation to really do much with it. Oh, actually, no, I think it burned a lot. Okay. A big old clearing here all of a sudden. That's nice. No corpses. Deluxe spider. Spider. Yeah, no corpses. So I guess all the spiders that I killed already that kept bum rushing me when I was out here shooting, I guess that really took care of them, but no more webs. You ain't gotta worry about it. There's a little bit of a concern in getting through this without being cooked, especially hauling. Stop wielding. I can't store it because I picked up some other crap. What do I have? Drop a couple of these things and we'll haul them. We don't need the vibrator. The lantern. Right. Cool. How long do these take? About a minute. That's going to be terrible getting through this. Jeez. Because then we got to worry about that fire spreading. What is that, ash? Oh, rocky rubble. Probably end up picking up some various crap as I cut through here. What's going on, Slater? How you been? Oh, that didn't work out. Oh, crap. Problem. I just noticed. Oh, that's actually terrible. That's way worse than I thought. Oh, no. That's like one of the worst things that could have happened. It's like when you try to go through a window and you stop hauling. Except I have no idea when it happened. I guess we could call it a forest jaunt. Now it's let's find the items that are lost in the forest. Well, that is unfortunate. Like, very unfortunate. Okay, let's try this again. I think I was like around here. I don't know what caused me to drop the items as well. I don't know what kind of thing I stepped over that explicitly caused it. That makes it harder to diagnose where they're at. I keep doing that, that's why you keep seeing me open V. Just keep seeing water. I knew like windows would do that, but I didn't know anything in the forest would do that to me. Son of a bitch. Oh, there's the Devourer. Cool. What's that? Okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Wait. There are no items to haul? Oh, I was looking at water. Okay, it's up there. It's that boulder, isn't it? Yeah. Tough zombie. Where? I must have not pulped him earlier. Because it's so hard to see everything to pulp here. No luck involved there. I was gonna find it. I was gonna spend an hour looking for it if I had to. Come on, Mr. Tough Zombie. You're gonna die pretty quickly. Yeah, it's so hard to see them in these forests when you're taking out big swaths of them that you inevitably miss one or two. Rather, when you're being, like, chased through the forest, shooting away and stuff, you're very likely to miss some. I do not want to do this hauling again. But we're gonna have to. Still hauling. Is my jackhammer here, or did I leave that elsewhere? Oops. I think I left that in the gun shop. That sucks. I might run back for it once we get through here. Alright, I can leave this here where all the spiders were at. That's so many corpses. 19 web spiders and 2 giant web spiders and 5 web spinning spiders. Oh no, I think that's also web spinning. Yeah. Web spinning. Oh, because some of them are bruised and burnt because we'd fought them. Or they'd fought something. It's a lot of corpses. I can leave that here and go back and get the jackhammer. Kind of sucks, but it's, you know, a valuable tool. And I'd rather go ahead and get it over with now. Also, is there stuff? Yeah, what do I have on me? I know he's not going to be happy about the ration, but until I'm overweight, can't do anything about that. No. Should be close. Yeah. I don't have to worry about hauling the jackhammer right now because I'm just gonna wield it. Alright, we're good. Made it through the first terrible part of this. From the southeast and above, you hear crash. It's still going. I suspect the simulation kind of stops and freezes when you're too far away, as fire does in most things. Let's see how it's going. Not much change. I guess. I wouldn't call it much of a massacre. More like, I'm just trying to get somewhere, and they're making it difficult. Alright. Only taking out what I have to, basically. But sometimes that's a lot of dudes. A whole lot of dudes. I basically went in pretty hot yesterday. Right here where we're just at. I came in right on this road, started shooting, and worked my way down and over to that gun store, and then broke my way in, and well, here we are. Just disappointed that I couldn't jackhammer open the safe. Because I mean, I don't know if there's some esoteric way of doing it, but I mean, or if it was taken out of the game, because there were people 6 years ago on Reddit talking about doing it. But, I mean, I tried the two main ways I know how: activate the jackhammer or examine the safe. And examining the safe does nothing. I don't know, Omnivore. I would definitely think, I would call it a bad change though, if that's the case. Like, I wonder if, Omnivore says, I wonder if that was a change meant to empower safe cracking. Like, yeah, but then removing other alternatives seems like a bad way of doing it. Alright, hope you get some good rest, Nuke. Hope you have a good one. Yeah, it's like an alternate route thing, like literally taking a jackhammer and busting open the safe seems like a reasonable way in. But again, I mean, I use the two ways I know how to interact, and I couldn't get it to work, so I'm like, I guess not. You know, I tried to examine it with the jackhammer in my hand and everything, and it'd be like, this safe is locked, if only you had a way. So like, I'll go ahead and make a thing, a makeshift stethoscope, because I think I have everything I need for it, but just not the ideal way that I wanted to do it. Yo, yeah, devs removing stuff? Surely you jest. That's my only thought at this point, is that it was removed. Was I really hurt? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm scratching my torso. I'm not hurt. Unless I'm infected. I don't know if it's real. You know, that's the problem. It's not real. Okay, so I haven't seen any wasps out here, but you know, I've dealt with plenty of wasps lately. So definitely has me questioning. We're probably about to start seeing some crazy, some crazy stuff. Alright, trapped tendril. Have fun with that. Large worm. Yeah, once it gets to a point, the first couple hallucinations that pop up, if they're realistic, like a wasp or something, I'm kind of like, okay, I'll take it somewhat seriously. And then after that, I'm just like, whatever. It'll get me killed one day, right? God, that's so loud. Is this oversized crayfish trying to attack me? It's the size of a dog with the brown carapace claws and long antennae. That sounds terrifying. Unseen hunter. What the hell? Let me read about that. That sounds cool. There was nothing here a moment ago, but now you see the faintest outline of an otherworldly creature approaching you with jittery leaps. Trying to focus on it reveals a pointed beak, dripping translucent fluid, and rows upon rows of bladed legs grasping the floor, before your eyes begin to burn and your head starts to spin. Fatally dangerous. Yeah, but what if it wasn't real? Yeah, aren't crayfish just like lobsters and stuff? Like, they're similar to like lobsters and stuff? I think lobsters are terrifying. And of course, Collaptic Psychosis. It's what it always is, right? One day I'm gonna do this and it's gonna be like, you were hurt. And you're like, oh, that time it was real. Although sometimes you think you're hurt and you're not actually. That thing seems cool, Zombie Master. The zombie's features have tightened, its lips pulled back into an unnatural grin, revealing rows of blackened teeth beneath large, piercing eyes. It stands tall and its movements are fluid and tightly controlled. A feeling of danger permeates the surrounding air, and the light that falls on it seems somehow harsher and more glaring. Fatally dangerous. See, a zombie runner could be real. Out here doesn't seem like it, but a zombie runner is pretty believable. Fatally dangerous, lethally murdered to death. What? Lethally murdered. Was the Motorhead song "Killed by Death"? Super Soldier Ant. I've seen a lot of ants before, but I've never actually seen one of those. Also, is that dog considered hostile? That's how you... Oh no, it's turned feral, so... I was about to say, that's how you know it's a hallucination. But I guess if it says it's feral, then maybe not. Most dogs are pretty chill. A cow-sized, hairy red ant. Bulging pincers extend from her jaws, given the relative strength of ants to their body size. You don't doubt that this one could shove cars around or rip through solid walls. So that's, yeah, fatally dangerous. That's like a brute, but in ant form, yeah. Absence spotted. I don't know what absence is, but it sounds cool. I want to read it. I like reading these. Every sense you have claims this space to be empty, but your mind is not fooled. There is an emptiness here that is far from natural or safe. Dude, that kicks ass. See, it's stuff like that. Like, we were talking about Magicalism and stuff yesterday. I don't know if that's actually from it, but it's like the more eldritch stuff like that that is really interesting to me. Shocker Brute. We just talked about those earlier. What do we have to say about it? A huge beast covered in visible scarring from what you can only guess was research. Being near it, you can hear a slight humming, like that of an electrical transformer, and it is fatally dangerous. Well, I could pretty much guess that if it were real, that was the end of the run. Acidic Zombear. Amazing. Big Pappy. The Big Pappy is dangerously close. Alright, well, we gotta move over just a little bit more. I like eldritch stuff, and as I was kind of saying yesterday, I like the idea of like what this game presents as a foundation, and you can build on top of that. Alright, what's going on, Sakura? Black Ops zombie. I am almost perpetually tired myself. This soldier's This soldier zombie's skin radiates a sort of shadowy smoke that obscures its outline, making its camouflage even harder to see against the background. In the darkness, it would be nigh invisible. I tried to get a decent amount of sleep last night, but still went to bed a bit too late. And then today is my day to do all, like, my grocery and stuff. Basic chores. Partially harvested Migo. That's interesting. This creature resembles the smaller Migo like a grizzly bear resembles a human. Its enormous thick body is covered in an iridescent segmented carapace like a scarab crossed with an isopod. It's been mostly pulled apart and is stuck to a surgical table that seems to be keeping it alive. It's only a minimal threat, apparently. Gamed through it. A pig! Oh no, a pig spotted. Tusk is like, are we talking about sleep schedules? Or just schedules in general? Because I know Tusk has like no sleep schedule. Alright, well... This guy is really hanging out. He finally disappeared. Regenerating zombie. Giant rattlesnake. See, that could be real. You know? That one could be real. So we have to somehow make it through all of that. Which is gonna suck. Yeah, I think I mentioned before, the idea of wandering hordes, I did not... I don't think that one's gonna be for me. What's my... I'm very thirsty. I might just get back to the vehicle real quick. Leave this stuff here, which is going to be a pain to find, sort of. I can leave a note on the map. But I might leave this stuff here and come back tomorrow just to get it through the rest of this. Or later today. I can go get some pants and stuff. Because it would be nice to have some pants. For some reason that pig made me think, the way the game warned me about the pig, it made me think of the pigs at the beginning of Dark Souls 2. Where everyone was like, oh, look at these little pigs, and then you walk up to them and they just start destroying you. Because you didn't expect it to be that bad. I'm gonna go swing at this. Yep, see, it disappeared. Yeah, let's mark this. How do I do it? N? Items here. It'll make it a little easier to find. We're right on the edge of the forest. We gotta haul through all that. Oh man. What's bothering me is the hallucinations. I don't feel... Ew, a fungal spider. I don't feel like hauling with the hallucinations through this because it's gonna take way too long. The abdomen of this sickly-looking giant spider is now home to many lumps of blooming fungi. It leaves behind a trail of tainted secretions as it struggles to drag itself along the ground. Yeah, but you're probably not real. See, it disappeared. See, it's gonna be bad enough getting through here while without hauling. Hauling has taken so long per square. It's bad. You love Wandering Hordes. Keeps it interesting for you, but these wildly hyper moments. Yeah, I just hauled enough while hallucinating. And again, going through the grass is just going to make it way worse. Pollinator zombie. Ew. hopefully by the morning or something we can get rid of these damn hallucinations. I've only got one more pill, and what I wanted to do... Oh yeah, this thing's still going too. I was thinking about it a minute ago and I forgot to mention it. Oh, my limb broke. No. Yeah, this has done very little because I keep walking away. Unstable flesh raptor. Raptor isn't a bird? Yeah, I think so. This small winged predator darts through the air on 3 thinly haired wings that look like stretched human hands. A jagged spike juts out from the point where the wings meet, and a bloated, fleshy belly hangs beneath. A sharp smell of rotten eggs hangs around it. Delicious. Yeah, I think I mentioned before, but my thing with Wandering Hordes, and a big part, just based on what I understand from it, a big part of the reason that I don't think it's for me is because I like the idea of that like highly consistent world, and it's why I keep doing the I keep preserving the world when a character dies. So I like that, and I like the idea that if I spent enough time and you know, did well enough, that I could theoretically depopulate everything. Yeah, I like that consistency. Oh, he went away too quick. I was actually gonna examine the dark worm. Oh, he burns horribly in the sunlight. So, he picked a bad place to spawn. What a loser. As for the... I probably don't want to try it for some time. Again, I don't know if I'll ever want to try it. But... I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen after Mack Knapp. Whenever Mack Knapp perishes, I don't know what's going to happen. I did leave that Molly assault pack because yeah, I could use it to... That's what I was going to do, is use it to help haul some things. We'll actually try to do that later. We'll basically put stuff in it and then wield it. But it's going to be a pain because I won't be able to fit everything in there with like the jackhammer and all that. So I'll either have to do 2 trips. Like load up the Molly assault pack and then do another trip. Or just do one big trip. I'd probably just do one big trip. Be lazier. We're very thirsty, huh? We need calories, right? We don't have very many. Okay, why did it go from giving me the amount to just saying high and little again? Like, little, some. I don't understand why that happens. Candy cattle? What? Like a cow? Yeah, okay, a handful of chocolate candy shaped like cows. Oh, I guess it was in my pants when my pants broke. I guess there was something in my pants that tells us that. Speaking of... That's weird though, because for a long time I was having that issue of not being able to see, and then it just suddenly started working. But I thought I'd been carrying a smartphone for pretty much the whole game. I definitely don't think I have a fitness band, but I did have smartphones. Put on the army winter pants. I know it's not the best, but hey, it's something. Yeah, I don't see the smartphone anymore. Or the cell phone. Lost both of them. That's fine, we can get back to them. Alright, we are very thirsty. Wait, that's not what I want. Let's make us another milkshake or something. I want calories. I want all the calories, okay? A yug spotted. Pour into a container. And we'll take a plastic bottle. Only 283 calories. We need more. I forgot about that cat food. It's expiring. I think the dog food may have already died too. Unfortunate. Ew. Sauerkraut. Sauerkraut. Alright, let's cook something else. Let's mix things up. Let's have fried spam. Let's do it. And ooh, what do I want? Can I cook the corn? I forgot I do need to check my wound out. Alright, calories, huge! I like that. Just start popping vitamins. Okay. I think... Where's my... There's drugs, medical gauze and stuff. Okay. Yeah, we do need to use some antiseptic. Don't care. Don't care. Chance to clean and disinfect 95. Did it work? I finished using it. I guess. Antiseptic. Yeah, I guess we're okay. Let's do some stuff to help the healing process a little bit. That's all I'm going for there. Alright, well, now what? We're back. We're hallucinating. I don't really want to deal with this in the middle of the day. So... Stop it. You're fake. Was there not the... Where's the Arduino one? Oh, I still... No, it's on the bookshelf. Okay. Maybe I'm just blind. Let's read. Santos Jaeger. Just a random fake person, huh? Alright, some of my wounds are healing. That's great. I just ignored that I was hurt. I gained a realization I am the creator of the universe. Alright, stop. It's getting late. we gotta look over this. There's some amusing stuff here. We start reading... Where was that at? Oh, I got... another level up in vehicles. I missed it. Damn. Yeah, we start readings on Bullfrog. Bandage wounds on my head heal. Okay. I feel itchy. I'm shaking. This fake person, Santos Jaeger, is angry. I start saying, hey, can you hear me? Start scratching my legs. My limb breaks. Fake person, Cecilia Parnell. Hey, my good fellow, let's talk. You gain the sudden realization that you are the creator of the universe. Your pipe mace says, try not to drop me. Fake person, Honey Nadeau, says, hey, what's the rush? Let's chat a tad. Your pipe mace says, I'll keep you safe. I love how goofy it is. All right, we're very hungry. Time for more calories, yeah? What can I do? Probably give us a lot of quick calories. Nachos. What? Hell yeah. Dude, just keep eating. I don't care if you're satisfied. Oh no, what if I throw up? No, I didn't think about that. Forgot about that. Maybe we're fine. We'll just wait a couple minutes. Trying to get them calories, man. I'm trying to be overweight. Mack Knapp says, don't touch me. Alright, let's rest. Let's see what happens in the morning. He fell asleep at about 23:30. My practical skill in dodging may need refreshing. Even after I was just fighting? Why did I wake up? It's the middle of the night, we're still tired. Why? Yeah, within moments, you're ready and up, because I heard glass breaking. You don't feel like anything could stop you today. Apparently I can't sleep. We're gonna get an extra 2 hours of sleep, basically. Oh no, 4 hours. I forgot. For some reason I was thinking 6:30, not 8. Alright, I woke up just before my alarm. I mean, it's okay. We're still tired, but something. No, I don't want to sleep. I want to make food. Hit the wrong button. Okay, just looking at what we have here. Do I have the nachos still? Where did those go? Or did I use up everything I had for that? I think I did. Oh, that sucks. Go with some of the standbys. Peanut butter milkshake. Some water. Pour into a container. Put it in a condom. I don't trust it though. Also followed up with some deluxe cooked oatmeal. Let's go. What's the most calories? Honey. We could still stand to eat more. We are satisfied. It's a good start. Multi... Pop a couple of those. Alright, let's see if we can go back and get the stuff that I did not bring. It's gonna suck hauling it through the woods, through the forest, but if we can get through there, I'll be happy. Oh, wait. There's something I want to do. I think I have a rubber hose somewhere in here, right? So... what? Ah. Stethoscope, yes. Bros before. I have 3... Oh, you can use condoms for it. Interesting. So the condoms have a use. Or balloons. I found a balloon earlier. We have more duct tape. I know duct tape can be used for repair kits, but I'll just use duct tape. Funnels I know can be used for some decent stuff, and we only have 2. It's gonna let me use a bottle. Those are everywhere. So I'm gonna use one of these. And I put it on the table. Alrighty. Makeshift stethoscope. Beautiful. Now there's actually some other safes I can check out that are a little bit closer, that are not over there where the gun shop is at, but hell, now I'm gonna go for the gun shop. Because I don't know what's gonna be in the safe, but if I can crack that damn thing, might be something good in there. Ah, my pipe mace wants to kill a fly. So what a thing to just say, right? My pipe mace wants me to kill a fly. Well, so that tells me we're definitely still hallucinating. Sometimes you do better in the morning. Once we see the stain on the ground, that's the soy sauce. We'll come to a stop. Alright, fire's still going. The longer I take to get to deal with all this, though, the worse the fire could be to get around. But yeah, basically there's a couple safes pretty close to where we just parked. Crap. One more thing I want to do. Just something about rubber hose. That's all. I'm gonna wield the Molly assault pack, store my pipe mace. And we can use this to haul or to store extra things. Maybe it's worked out in the past. We get to check back in on the building. I mean, I know it's not destroyed yet because we moved too far away, but we get to check in on it. What time is it? Okay. I'm confused. Hold on. Did I? Oh, I did. Yeah, okay. Never mind. I started about a half hour late. I was looking at the time and I was like, things aren't adding up. here's the items. I'm gonna hold pretty strict to stopping here in about 45 minutes. So definitely no pharmacy today, but lots of fire, lots of additional kills. Didn't even get this loot taken to where I wanted to take it. Yet. We'll see if we can before this is over. Stethoscope is interesting. It never occurred to me. There's so many recipes, right? So it never occurs to me what, like, should I just search everything? Like, literally every time I'm like, I need something that does this. And maybe I should. But the problem with that is that you may not find something because you don't have the knowledge of the recipe or you don't have the knowledge of the skill. So I might decide, oh, I need something, I might search for it, and then I still don't find it, and that doesn't mean I should assume that there is no recipe for something. Also doesn't mean I should assume that there is. It's a difficult balancing act of the two. Alright, back down to the gun shop. Back down to the burning building. We're already hearing crashes and stuff. Yeah, the context again, though, is just the rubber hose for the stethoscope. Omnivore. Activate. Wait a minute. I did pick that damn thing up, right? I'm about to... There it is. Activate. I can't use it. What? Why? It says it's a combination lock. Are the walls too thick? A rotary combination lock. Is that not... Am I missing something? Where's it at? Where? Can't use it. If only I had something to pick it with. The way that's described is odd to me. Can I get some info on what's going on here? If I'm doing something wrong, or what, how I go about doing this, because I'm at a loss. Rotary combination lock sounds like what you would be using the stethoscope for. I wore it. I wield it. And then interact. Really? Damn it, I wish I knew that like 2 hours ago when I said I was gonna make a stethoscope for it. That sucks. What did I just do? Yeah, am I wearing it or not? I don't want to wear it anymore. Get rid of it. Yeah, that's absurdly frustrating, actually. Because why would the game describe it as a rotary lock? when you're required to use a lockpick for it. That seems odd. I'm assuming, is that one of Tomato's emotes or something? I guess, is he on Twitch or YouTube? I don't know. Dude, that really sucks. So I could have made some. I have everything I need. You know what? I could actually go back and do that. I could go try to sneak some scrap metal from the destroyed building. Might be a little bit of a pain. When you say came from YouTube, I mean streaming. Did he stream on YouTube? Is that what he... Because that's all I was referring to is what he streams on. Yeah, I didn't know he streamed until like a month ago. I thought he just did like regular videos on YouTube. That's all I feel like that's all I'd ever seen from him. Like, it's been a long time. Maybe... I don't know what it was. I feel like I watched some Tomato stuff like a few years ago with Space Station 13 or something. Maybe it was a stream. I don't remember. It's been too long. I've slept since then. Ah, I see. Pick up a bunch of stuff here, see what I can get. And carry the Mossberg too? Probably not all of it. Yeah, we got most of it. Literally just jamming all this in the Molly assault pack. Still going, okay. Gotta get the vibrator. Alright, this hauling's actually gonna be pretty nice then. It's not nearly as many things as we had earlier. Let's go ahead and take care of it. So, there are more safes as well. That's gonna make me step in a bush. I'm gonna be hitting the button and it's gonna scroll to yes, and I'm gonna be like, I've done that before. I'm just in a rush trying to get... See, I almost did it. Literally as I was talking about it. Did you assume it defaults to no, but that if you hit the button an extra time, it switches over to yes? And you're like, oh, it defaults to no, let me just hit enter. And you step into the bush. We should be coming up on the fire pretty... Yep. Pretty soon indeed. So is there an easy way to empty the container, like just drop everything from the container? Because I still haven't found a way to do it. Like, I have yet to find a way to do it. Like, I want to say, hey, this Molly assault pack, like, go in here, drop all of this stuff. Don't drop the assault pack, just drop the stuff. Instead I have to like sift through and figure out what's in the pack. I haven't seen a way to do what I want. What if I change the way it's, No, I don't know if that's gonna work. Yeah, no, there is no other sort here, is there? I have no idea how to do it. Oh, right, unload is a thing. Can I do that? Just unload Molly assault pack. There's no room in your inventory, so yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, that's all I wanted. Unload, you can do that on containers. Mack Knapp says, yeah, sure. Basically, I wanted to empty that so we can go down here and use this to carry stuff back in case I'm able to get into one of these safes. This is the area I cleared up before, and I think there were 2 safes. All the goop, all the oil or whatever, mechanical fluid from the security bots. Here's one of the safes. Attempt to hack. Oh no, it's not a. Yeah, it's not a. It's an electronic one. It's also a gun safe. So that's a completely different kind. I can accept that because that one says it's electronic. I can accept that. But there was another safe somewhere. I'd like to find it. I don't remember which building it was in. But it was. I'm pretty sure it was one of these buildings that we're walking past. So let's poke around a little bit here. Let's hope I don't have any major encounters or issues or whatever. It's been a while since we've been over here. Spent so much time going for that doctor's office and then finding very little of use there. At least for what I need now. It's important when I say something like that, I'm talking in the moment. I know there's things there that, like the auto docks, could be useful for other things, but they don't matter to me at the moment. I think this is safe. Only one way to find out. Let's just go down. No safe in here. Was there something down there? What was the noise about? Oh, whoops. Didn't activate it. Nah, we're good. Okay. Actually, while we're here... dispense, pour into container, fill the canteen, and then we'll also have a drink. We'll have another drink. Is there any food that I left here? Why would butter make him sad? I don't get it. Butter kicks ass. Mayonnaise, on the other hand, I do get. Mayonnaise is terrible. I'm leaving this light on just to help search places a little bit more effectively. I want to try to remember to shut the damn thing off, though. I swear there were 2 safes here. And it could be like a basement thing or something where it was in a basement. I don't think it was here, though. I don't think they had 2 safes in the same building. I forgot all about this. You know, all kinds of machinery and stuff here. This would be a cool place to, like, wire up a little bit. Okay, well, I'm not seeing anything here, so let's take the next option. I think... Yeah, I could just be blind and missing it, by the way. Trying to just double check this room. Now, not seeing any safes here. Or stairs. I don't think I see any stairs either. We already checked this one or not? I should have marked it on the map. Go back and review the YouTube videos. Where is the safe that I found? So I'm wondering, is it over this way, perhaps? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Some V8. Some rotten fruit juice. Love it. Drink it. I always hated V8 when I was a kid. I mean, I haven't had it since I was a kid, I guess, so I don't know if I'd like it. I think I remember it being very tomatoey, and I don't like tomatoes. You know, I'm just remembering, I lost an item here one time. I never found it. I don't remember what it was, though. I searched around for a bit. It was something that fell when I broke free of a zombie, and I just could not find the item again. I know this room. This is where my pants broke. First time. It certainly is tomatoey. Yeah, that's the only impression I ever had of V8. I think they eventually started making some other flavors, which I actually did like. But like the classic traditional, nah, not for me. Anything I can snack on here? Some ammonia or bleach would be tasty. Also, there's a lot of, there's that meth that I got, and I'm still carrying it around. Hello, fat zombie. He's just been hanging out in here. Do all the meth. Does he want to come play? Oh, is the iBot in here? Is that who he's fighting? He got the iBot cornered. That's fascinating. I wonder where that thing went. I'm gonna let them do their thing. I'm not gonna bother that. I don't want to be dealing with another one of the police bots. Assuming he can summon more than one, but no spoilers on that. Alright, I guess maybe there's no other safe here. I swear I remember another safe. What's in here, I wonder? Charcoal stuff. Peek down. Looks perfectly safe. YOLO. Oh! That's nice. I don't trust that there's not going to be anyone in here, though. Just not yet. Knife Fighter's Notes. Seems to be a guide to edged weapon combat, poorly photocopied and released on spiral-bound paper. Still, there are lots of useful tips for beginners. Some yeast. Some water. A short red jacket with white faux fur as trim, similar to a Santa jacket, but sleeveless for a more revealing look on Christmas. Oh my. You know, I'll take that thread for sure. Clown nose. Does it squeak? A red latex nose often worn by clowns. Hydrogen peroxide, you can use it to clean something a little bit, yeah. Alright, what do we got? Oh my goodness! Is that a pinball machine? It totally is. Prussian blue tablets. Oxidized ferrocyanide salts capable of purging nuclear contaminants from the body if taken after radiation exposure. Ready when you are. When 3 teenage girls ditch class to drive cross-country together, they get a strong dose of life lessons on the road. This work of young adult fiction explores how friendships evolve in early adulthood. This place is a mess to navigate. Neoprene arm sleeves? Contact sports. I was gonna say, I feel like I've heard the word neoprene before. Newspaper page. I don't think ever tells you anything. They fly in the skies. It spreads its wings and the sun blocks out. It strikes the helicopter from the sky with a simple wave of its claw. It rains spittle down on our faces and we dissolve. They are coming. They are coming. They are coming. Zinc powder, does that help your immune system? A handful of zinc powder, while commercially used mostly in cosmetics and for paints, hobbyists use to mix it with sulfur to make basic rocket fuel or a smoke screen. When treated for a strong acid, it will produce hydrogen. Why did that bring Tusk in? Oh my goodness. A grappling hook. Very interesting. I want to take that, but we'll worry about it in a minute. Dive bag. Mesh backpack commonly worn by swimmers and divers. A folding grappling hook attached to a stout 30-foot-long piece of lightweight cord, useful for keeping yourself safe from falls. Can be used in place of a long rope for butchering in a pinch. Be cool. Survivor's note. Squeeze some ammonia into zombie flesh and hold it tight. You smell like one of them, I think. Let's make sure it's red. Can't use it. Oh, like this. Oh? Oh, yeah. Knife Fighter's notes. That'll take a while. What are we questioning? What is Slater question? Or yeah, what is Slater questioning? Light battery, hand crank charger. Take those for sure. Oh, it was in a It was in a newspaper thing. Whoops. No? Did I not pick it up? SAVOY. Guide. There it is. Tourist guide. Do the other one. Let's take a look now. So we add roads and tourist attractions to the map. We add trails and trailheads. I feel like we're getting a decent... Dude, this place is ridiculous. Ossipee. What do we have over here? What do we know about? A couple restaurants. Okay. Waste... Yeah, Waitsfield, not Waste. Is this 2 police department? Oh my god. That's something I would actually want to see. That sounds like a place you might get some good stuff. Also... No, this is not where I was at with that other character. Trying to get my bearings. They definitely did not get defunded, no. Medisoft, what is that? We'll check it out. We got a laptop. Check it out one day. Newspaper page. Chinese victory at hand. Emperor Songguyen of Grand China arrived in full state in Burlington, Vermont today to issue his proclamation that America, like all countries of Earth, now belongs to the new Grand Chinese Empire. Freedom has fallen. Rebel against his forces while you still can. Ooh, some fresh toastums. I can't fit the box, but I can fit the toastums. I'm gonna eat some of them. Eat the whole box, go. Don't care if I'm full. Eat them. Alright, well, what am I? I'm wielding the mace. Oh, crap. Now I have a problem where I picked up too many other things. This place is nice, though. It'd be nicer if I had a light source down here. I could actually work out. Let's take a look at it. Empty your hands first. I don't really want to do it, but I want to see what the options look like. Light, moderate. Oh, okay. I want to drop some stuff, I guess. What do I want to drop? I need to get rid of one of those combat knives. We'll drop that fleshlight. Drop those lighters. I know they're not much. Drop the cable. A multi-tool. Bunch of various stuff, basically. What's holding the cough syrup? It's going to be like you're dropping a liquid. Yeah, this bottle. We'll drop the bottle. Peroxide. Prussian blue. Drop the meth. I those mods. Okay, now I want to check the note. Can't use it. I guess just looking at it's all we need. Adds it to your lore, doesn't it? Now can I still can't store it. I need to drop more. Kinda sucks. Drop one of these combat knives. We don't need 2 of them, right? Oh, there's so many things. What is the rubber cement in? Or can I just straight up drop it? I guess I can. Copper wire, charcoal. Now can I put that up? Still no. God. I want to be able to put my pipe mace up so I can start hauling. I know those are like super tiny and basically nothing. Oh, the battery. It's probably gonna help. Rope, the thread. I put more stuff than I realized in my inventory. Jesus. Okay, whatever. We're gonna haul like this for a minute, I don't care. Oh wait, I dropped it. That's what got me earlier in the woods, right? All my stuff fell because I walked over something like that I wasn't able to. Wasn't allowed to. Oh, I can't haul those. Too big. Alright, is this... yeah, this is the place where the roaches were at. In the basement. Alright. Not excited about that. So, here's the plan. All this stuff back. Get this stuff loaded up. Who's been taking a dump over here? A dog. I had some dog food, but I think it's bad now. I don't think the dog wants it. I am gonna drop a couple more things. What am I gonna drop? Oh, all these magazines. That's what it is. I kept missing those. Now am I good? Still no. We'll drop a couple more. I'm missing something, basically, because I was able to do this before, so I've picked up some other thing that's just taking up too much room for the pipe mace now. Drop the morphine. Drop that bag. Keep the antibiotics. You never know. Washing soda. That's probably not helping. Oh no. Alright, let's just get rid of these two. That's gotta be enough, right? Dropping a pair of shears and an entrenching tool was still not enough. Also, is the Molly assault pack here? No, I left it elsewhere. Let's go grab it. Drop the pipe mace. All this stuff, because it's slow. It's slow going, man. I want to get this over with pretty quickly. Move everything. So glad I found that. Way better than doing them one at a time. Even knowing the shortcut where you press M, capital M to move everything, the whole row rather. Wield the pipe mace. I'll just drop it right here. We'll get it on the way out. Now, let's hope the fire is not going to make it too hard to move. Or that it has destroyed all my stuff. Looks like it may have died down. Slightly unfortunate. All hail M and M. They're good, but I much prefer, if you know you just want to move everything, comma is way better, right? Right, so I'm gonna maybe start some more fires on the way out. We gotta be getting close. Dude, this is gonna suck. There's my stuff. Alrighty, fun time. How long is each one gonna take? Jackhammer is here, right? It is, okay, we're hauling kind of fast. Each one's only taking about 4 to 5 seconds. Not as bad as I thought, but it sucks. Oh, see? We lost our stuff there. Gotta watch every time now. I like that I have a blunderbuss of all things. Like, that's ridiculous. I need some kind of thing I would build in like in Space Engineers. Clear all this stuff out. Alright, we made it through in like an hour or less. Like a little less than an hour. Sucked, but we did it. That's everything for now. Oh no, that's right. I'm gonna do that. All right. So there's one more thing I want to do. I'm going to wield this pipe mace, just so I don't lose it. We're going to drive back to the home. We're going to unload this stuff. I want to make a lockpick. I gotta have scrap metal at home, I'm sure I do. If not, I mean, there's vehicles here that I can, like, right by the home that I can rip up. Oh, my pipe mace wants to watch that giant woodlouse bleed. Alright, come to a stop. Well, lots of fire today. That's been fun. Lots and lots of fire. So much fire, I didn't know it could be possible. It's overflow. Oops. Put it on the mailbox. A lot of guns. A whole lot of guns we got now. Sounds good, Slater. I'm wrapping up in like 5 minutes or less anyway, so take it easy. Hope you have a good one. We're gonna make a lockpick real quick. Improvised or rudimentary? Rudimentary sounds better. But I'm gonna, like, I want to read the stuff, right? I don't just want to be told. Like, improvised takes longer. But I don't know, to me rudimentary sounds better. What we're gonna do is... Oh, that's cool. The image of it is cool. Level 3 lockpicking quality versus level 1. So improvised is actually better. Interesting. To me, rudimentary sounds better than improvised, like in my mind. Does this have an image? So that has an image. They both have like the same image. That's cool though, I like that. Alright, we'll do improvised lockpick. What about this one? It's also level 3. That's the one that needs a... Oh, you make the improvised out of a rudimentary. Okay. So maybe you didn't have enough to make an improvised early on, so you first make a rudimentary. Okay. Theoretical understanding of devices has increased. I made it! Yes! We could try picking a lock. A lot of things happen there. Mack Knapp says, "What's your name?" And then we increased. I have new recipes now, I imagine. Maybe. Things that use devices. Yeah, like double barrel pipe shotgun says it needs devices. Pipe rifles and stuff. That's cool. Pipe shotgun. 2-shot special. Yeah, I was thinking, is it literally... Yeah, it dies after 2 shots. It's like the old 3D printed guns that sucked. They're a lot better these days. Peasant flail. A stout pole with a wooden club and a leather cord attached to it. Used to thresh wheat and occasionally people when the peasants got angry at their feudal lords. It's called a shillelagh, right? A stout, knotty stick with a large knob at the top that's been left to cure in a chimney. A traditional Irish weapon, the shillelagh was originally used for settling disputes in a gentlemanly manner. Knob. Bolus. Some ropes with weights, designed to tangle the legs of a target. Oh, it's those things, okay. Yeah, designed to tangle the legs of a target when thrown, usually at an animal. Used by the gauchos of Argentina. And what else do we have? A baseball. We could just make a baseball. Bone glue. Poaked acorns. There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't really want to go through them. Sealed yeast culture. Strange. I mean, I understand the point, but just strange. Congealed blood. That sounds disgusting. We need a putrid heart. Liquid fertilizer, rolling tobacco, tainted tallow. We've actually heard about that. Oh, whoops. I need to do something else. I need to go... Lemonade. Micus juice? Fruit of the micus. I don't know what a micus is. Cola and orange soda. I would drink that. What kind of new meat do we know about? Lobster? Pass on that. Wheat-free fish sandwich. I mean, if you're in this situation, you eat what you get. Like, for being realistic, but... Oh no, the spam died. Blanching acorns? Mix of water and hulled acorns, slowly leaching the tannins. It'll take about a week before they're palatable. I've heard about tannins. Right? Isn't that the... I was talking about, like, back when I used to drink. I didn't like wine. And some people were... I think that's what they were saying. Tannins are like things in wine or something. And they were like, yeah, it might be like the tannins that you don't like. And there's like different wines that don't have so many tannins or whatever. I don't know. The wheat-free stuff, Johnny cake, a dense and tasty fried bread treat. That's a real thing, I guess? Never heard of it. Oh my god, every seed! I'm literally just like marking off things that are new. Meat, fried rice, and peanut butter, and tofu stuff, okay. Salt. Oh, you can like cook it out of stuff, I guess. Hickory roots with water. Ah, okay, the thick transparent stuff on a glass when you swish. To be honest, I've never swished. Net backpack, straw basket, single point sling. Improvised sleeping bag. That's cool. Blindfold, chaplet, wreath headdress, noise canceling headgear, safety glasses, straw hat, all kinds of stuff here, whatever. So the word tannin relates to curing and treating hides, but not sure. Well, in the case here, it was relating to a drink, though. Thought it was related to like acorn juice and water and stuff. If anything stands out. That's cool. We can just build a lamp, basically. Standing floodlight. You need a floodlight. Thank you. Appreciate that one. Okay, I understand the idea. I understand you're taking the floodlight and you're... Like, I get it. But still, thank you. There's so many tools, it's ridiculous. There's a pump fire drill. Okay, you start fires by friction between a notched plank and wooden shaft with a flywheel attached. It said shaft. Shaft is spun rapidly with a pumping motion. Oh, you pump the shaft, okay. By a cord wrapped around it, slow to acquire a usable ember. I'm just reading what the game says, okay? Canvas bag, storage line, like for clothes, yeah, for hanging items. Sealed stomach. Stomach of a creature, cleaned and sealed with a string. That sounds terrible. Tinder, some chitin powder, some yarn, tanned hide, shredded rubber, leather patch, gravel, grass yarn. Lots of stuff there. Traps, caltrops, tripwire, cargo lock set. Set of locks designed to be installed on a vehicle. Okay. Almost done here. Hammocks, different types of shelter and stuff. Leather dog harness. It's kind of cool. Wait, I can't mark it as... Oh, there it goes. Okay. Bashing training, stabbing training. That's cool. You could... Yeah, so you could like, make these training dummies and stuff and work on your skills without getting yourself hurt, presumably. We just need the actual training dummies. Dummy. Yeah. So we could build one. We actually have what we need to build one. Take a couple hours. And then if we have a training dummy, we have what we need to build an armored one. So if I wanted to do any of that, I could. Cool. All right, that's going to be it. I built a lockpick. What I want to try to remember for next time, which is going to be like, you know, Saturday. What I want to try to remember is to go back. I'm damn determined to check that gun safe because I want to see what's in there. Maybe it'll be worth it, maybe it won't, but that's, you know, my primary concern. We did not make the pharmacy that I wanted to because distractions. But if the gun safe proves lucrative, that will help us make the pharmacy, right? Get to the pharmacy. So we'll see what happens. That's going to be for next time. So go ahead and wrap up for today. So thank you to anyone who showed up today, whether you're lurking, chatting, masturbating, whatever you like to do while you watch the stream. I appreciate it. If you are new to the stream and you want to see more, hit that follow button. If you're watching this in the future on YouTube, do all the fun YouTube stuff. Lick the like button, kick that subscribe button and notification bell. Leave me a comment. I do read my comments. I'll try to respond. I stream here every day. Do 2 streams on Saturday. Probably going to do another stream tonight as well. And then I do coding streams on Monday, Wednesday. Everything else is gameplay. Coding streams are doing roguelike, game development stuff right now. It's fun. It's getting interesting. It's going to get a lot more interesting soon. About to get into like some algorithms and stuff after the next few sections. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, that's about it. Not going to ramble on. I'll go ahead and bounce because I got to take care of some stuff to do, some of my chores and stuff before that next stream in like 4 hours. So I want to go ahead and take care of that. Not waste any time. So until next time, have a good day, have a good night, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Take it easy.
Long, long, my...
Oh no!